Hi guys, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to another video on my channel today. And in today's video, guys, The Strangers Chapter 2 has dropped in theaters this weekend, as a matter of fact. So the Strangers Chapter 2, not just The Strangers. My apologies. I don't think I said Chapter 2. The Strangers Chapter 2 has dropped in theaters this weekend, and so that means it's time to stop and rank all four Strangers movies from the worst to the best, as a matter of fact. And plus, we have another one on the way because this is a prequel trilogy that they have been working on, as a matter of fact. And I cannot wait to see the conclusion to this trilogy with The Strangers Chapter 3, as a matter of fact. But so yeah, guys, be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button, but most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And those of you guys that are new to the channel, I do more than just movies and TV related. I do more than just movies and TV. I also do Lego related stuff. I play video games and I do haul and unboxing videos. I do all sorts of stuff like that here on the channel. So if you guys like to watch anything like that on YouTube and want to show your support, be sure to go check out my channel because there'll definitely be something in there for you to enjoy. But with all that being said though, guys, enjoy the video. Let's get started. Okay, so I want to make a quick disclaimer here. I actually think all of these movies are good in their own way. I got an itch, sorry about that. I think all of these movies are good in some way, shape, or form. So no matter what I put in last place, I'm still gonna say that I enjoy it, as a matter of fact. So with that said, coming in last place at number 4, I have to give it to The Strangers Prey at Night. So now I know there's fans of this movie, and some people think that this is better than the first Strangers, but in my personal opinion, I disagree because I do like how this movie is like more fast paced than the first Strangers, and I actually really like the brother and sister in this movie and how well their characters are developed. And I like how I like the whole character dynamic between everybody in this movie. And I like how this movie actually has a little bit more suspense. Well, actually it kind of has more action than suspense, and I feel like that's what makes this movie more entertaining for most people. And this movie has like good like 80s style slasher throwback as well. But what really holds this movie back for me is how this movie ends. Like I just do not care for the ending of this movie at all whatsoever, because they kill, because all three of the strangers end up being killed by the brother and the sister, and then the sister's still alive, and then her brother, and then the last shot of the movie we see her brother in a coma, and they don't tell us if he actually lived or not. So yeah, I think so just last year, in preparation for The Strangers Chapter 1, I watched both The Strangers and The Strangers Prey at Night for my first time, and I thought what they could do after they wrapped up this entire Strangers trilogy is maybe do a sequel to Prey at Night, but they get the brother, they pick it up where this movie left off, and then they get like any surviving characters from the other movie, because I can't remember exactly if the couple in the first movie actually survived, and we don't know if Maya from this new trilogy is gonna survive either. But what they could do is that they could basically wound recruit like all of the surviving characters throughout the past couple of movies, and then they could all work together to find out who these strangers really are in the third installment after Pray at Night. And I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be cool. They do a sequel to Pray at Night, and they pick it up from where Pray at Night left off. That's just my opinion on what they should do, and I would like to see something like that. But yeah, so yeah, this movie is good, but the ending, the how this movie ends, is what really holds it back for me. At number three now, a lot of you people are not gonna like what I'm about to say, and you're gonna completely disagree with me, but I'm going with the original Strangers from 2008. So now, I think this movie is good up all the way till the end. I think everything about this movie is really good. I love how this movie is written, and how it's like based on like true, like actual real life events that occurred. And this is a good home invasion movie. Like a lot of home invasion movies I don't particularly care for, but this movie I actually really enjoyed. I actually really enjoy this movie. But just like The Strangers Pray at Night, there's one thing that really holds this movie back for me. And it's not the ending this time around. It's this movie is very slow paced. And I actually think that this movie is slow in some spots, and it feels like it takes a while for like to like get through like the actual story of this movie. And in my opinion, they could have easily made this movie a little bit more fast paced than it was. And I feel like if they were to make it more fast paced, this movie probably would have gone a lot higher up on this list. But since it's really slow paced, I can't really give it to the edge though. But my runner up at number 2, I'm going with The Strangers Chapter 1. So now when I watched the first 2 movies for my first time last year, and when I went and saw this movie in theaters last year when it came out, this was actually the Strangers movie that I enjoyed the most. This felt like a much more well done version of the original Strangers, because you have this couple that that rents a house. They're on vacation for whatever reason, and then the strangers come to get them. And I know a lot of people hated this movie, but I don't understand why a lot of people hate this movie. In my opinion, this is just a better representation of the first Strangers. And to be honest, I actually understand why this movie was made, and I like how they're doing like a prequel trilogy. But so yeah, so this is to explain how the Strangers became who they are. And I feel like what this first movie does, yes, it rehashes the first movie, but I feel like the main focus of this movie is to rehash the first movie, because this just tells you the first couple that the strangers targeted and invaded their home. But then you don't really get like their background information until chapter 2, which we will talk about here in a second. And so yeah, this to me this movie just feels like a whole setup to this new trilogy, and it's meant to rehash the original Strangers for what these movies are trying to go for, as a matter of fact. So yes, this is easily a good movie, and this was arguably my favorite out of these movies until I just saw chapter 2. And at number 1, I have The Strangers chapter 2. So now, out of every one of these movies, this is the one I enjoyed the most and had the most fun with. Because I like prequels, especially if you turn a prequel into a trilogy, and I actually think this trilogy is pretty good so far, because I enjoyed chapter 1, and chapter 2 was arguably better than chapter 1, and I cannot wait to see the conclusion to this trilogy with chapter 3. And going back to what I said about The Strangers chapter 1, it's meant to rehash the original Strangers. So what chapter 1 indicates is that the Strangers is that it tells you the first couple that the Strangers targeted, but then moving into chapter 2, they're still after the girl because she lived and the guy died. Spoiler alert, sorry. But then as this movie progresses, you get more background information on the Strangers. Like so far, because of this movie, we only know half of their backstory. So we're likely not going to get the other half of their backstory until chapter 3. So I feel like chapter 3 is what's really going to tie this all together. And easily, this is the best out of the Strangers movies, in my opinion, because we finally get a little bit of actual background information on these characters, and this is just the one that I enjoyed and had the most fun with, as a matter of fact. And this is easily number 1 in my ranking, as a matter of fact. So there you have it, guys. There's my ranking of all 4 Strangers movies from worst to best. Let me know your ranking down below in the comment section, as a matter of fact, because we'll have a great discussion about it. And I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, but like I said, I got into this franchise last year, as a matter of fact. So yeah, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. It's spooky season, so I'll try to have like at least two horror rankings out in October, as a matter of fact. But with all that being said, though, guys, be sure you hit that like button as well as that red subscribe button. But most importantly, make sure you press that notification bell so you don't miss anything in the future. And without any further ado, guys, I'm going to go get Brittany back to more videos, because more videos are on the way sooner rather than later, as a matter of fact. But with all that being said, though, guys, take care, drink water, and stay safe. And I will see you all in the very next video. Bye.